Last we left off, the Forge Force having boarded and spent the night on an airship that was traveling and carrying Lady Maria and Nicodranus. When they woke in the morning, received the news that Lady Maria had died in the night. After assuring that the suspicion for the event was not going to fall on themselves, many offers were put forward to assist in the investigation. In observing Lady Maria's passing and what lay and remained, not much could be told. Strange markings appeared on her body as if she had been bound by ropes or thread. And the only clue was a red hair that was found underneath the bed by Drak. On exiting the room, Zenesha decided to touch the scary thing and was intending to attempt to communicate with an entity that was inside of the blackened crystal ball. But when Zenesha moved to do so, Drak leapt up, pulling the orb from her, wrestling with it himself, and casting out the evil that was inside. The airship continued south, making its way to Nicodranus, where the party saw an enormous floating city perched above Nicodranus, connected to one of the cliff faces that overlooked the city. The airship dove down and docked beneath it, and all were met by local authorities who dispersed trackers so that all of the members of the party could be found if the need should arise that an investigation would require them to be questioned. In the distance, the Wizard's Tower could be seen. A familiar sight for Basil, though his experience there was rather short, as through arcane means he was effectively kicked out post-haste the last time he visited. But you all stand now off of the airship on the dock that is connected to the cliff face. And Nicodranus splayed out in front of you.
I have to point out that when you mentioned Zenesha touching the scary thing, I immediately glanced over to Zenesha with a big grin on their face and just the yes on the shirt visible.
That's funny. Yes.
I love it.
I will always touch the cursed object.
I was about to say, I need to get you a t-shirt that says something to that effect.
And then we need to sell it.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Time to open up a shop.
But feet not on solid ground yet, but on a dock, though it is vibrating slightly under the effect of the broomstone holding the floating city above you. And Basil, for you, this structure that floats above you, it's like an airship, but it's probably about a quarter mile in diameter. It's held aloft by the same broomstone mechanism that allows airships to fly. But there are a lot more of them. They are much larger. And I don't know if you've ever been to a loud concert or something like that, and that feeling where your chest is shaking. You can feel the pressure in the air. That is constant under this thing. At least this close to it, where it's only 30 feet above you that this rocky terrain and these stone slabs assemble. to make up this flying fortress.
Anybody know how we get up above?
I think last night we had said we were going to find a place to stay while we were here, and then we would find things. So I think we're walking around.
Hey, Captain! You going back up?
Talking to Captain Scorch.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot there's
He attending to things on the ship turns. He kind of just waves you guys off.
Basil,
You
do
are
you know?
welcome to just explore the city or to ask around.
Oh, that's right. Drak had said he had somewhere to take us. I remember now. So Drak, lead the way.
I'll get us situated.
Oh boy.
So, Drak, where would you be leading the party?
I think last night he said, kind of like in the movie Big Hero 6, where like Fred leads them to an opulent place. Is that, correct me if I'm wrong, is that what you said, Tatsu?
1 second. Yeah. Something similar in that aspect.
Okay, that would likely take you to... Let me pull it up. So, Drak, you begin leading the group through the city. The city is active. At first, here under the shadow of the flying city above. You leave that shadow rather quickly, heading closer to the shoreline, which is also closer to the Wizard's Tower. And as has persisted, its scale in your perception is not changing as you get closer. Stays about like this in view. A number of markets are passed, and if anyone would like any general supplies, say so now and we can dispense with playing them out and get you what you need. Is there anything anybody needs to stock up on?
I would
was
like
just
to
gonna look for
stop
it.
and pick some wood carving tools or just like a carving knife.
Okay, wood carving tools are easy enough. It'd be about 5 gold. And then you could go ahead and add that.
I figured the rest of us would probably want to stock up on potions again. No?
No. Remember, we stocked up on them, and I got 7 of the. I just carry them for the group.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so we're good on those.
Let me grab... So... If anybody else is looking for anything, say so now, or else we'll...
Only thing Drak is wanting to look for is a weapon shop, but I think that'd probably be in a different area than this, right?
So here you're kind of you're in the open quay, which is like the inner part of the city. There are markets here. There would be blacksmiths, weapon vendors, and the like here. So you'd definitely be able to find that. What level of quality are you looking for?
Just something stronger than what he currently has, which is just a normal stick.
So there would be like finely made, and then there would be like a +1.
+1 stuff.
Okay, so you can go ahead and just deduct 50 gold for that. Okay. Making your way further towards the coastline, many of the signs turn from referencing the open quay, the restless wharf. The section on the eastern side of the city's docks is a busy, busy dockyard. Seems to run a very, very tight ship filled with elements of entertainment. And alongside the docks are warehouses, many, many residential buildings, and even a number of automaton cranes that pull cargo to and from ships. Drak, you lead the group to what is at first an unassuming building, but upon opening the inside, double doors swing open. All of you come to the quick realization that this is a bit of a monastery for the Way of the Drunken Fist. There are a number of training dummies and a lot of casks of ale.
Make yourself at home. I'll get you guys some room situated.
Arnie's just gonna pick up a cask of ale and say, "Oh, I will. Don't worry."
And grabbing a cask of ale, there seems to be no response from anyone there to stop you.
That's not what I had in mind, but lodging.
I'll walk up to one of the other monks and like,
My friends here need some rooms for a night or two while they're here.
And he turns around. A tabaxi individual, a slender man, a little bit taller than Drak, but not by much, so rather short. Cask or a tankard of ale in the hand, ale dripping from, whiskers to toes. Rooms, you say? Well, I can do that. This way, nope, that way. And starts leading the group of you off to one side of this.
as the group is
Monastery.
passing, I'll be drinking out of my jug.
See something. So as you pop the cork on your jug, the tabaxi stops and goes, "Oh, what do you have there?"
It's something I picked up special a while ago. You want some?
That's some strong stuff. I can't decline.
I'll pour some in his cup.
Okay, how much?
As much.
Shot glass.
Okay.
About a shot glass worth.
Yeah, about a full shot. He goes, "Whoo." Whoo. Takes it. You can tell he's wincing. Oh. Oh. And even just from a distance, the breath coming off is heated. It is a burning scent of alcohol. And he's, "Whew. That. Oh, I'm going to have to take a nap." He continues walking and taking the group of you to a series of rooms. They're not fancy. They're serviceable. They're secluded, single beds. Bed is a bit of a stretch. More of, fancy cots. It'll work.
There's nothing like that place in the other town, but you don't have to pay for it.
Thanks, Drak.
Is there intention to leave things here? Or are you guys stopping to rest? It's only like midday right now.
Drak is going to go drop off the remainder of those cabbages into the kitchen. I'll have to get more and bring them back again later.
Now, as Drak drops off some of the cabbages, about half of them are separated. Some of them look like they're going to be kind of immediately prepared as cabbages, being steamed, chopped, all kinds of things. The other ones are being finely sliced and added to a fermenting process.
You mean to tell me this whole time you've been drinking whiskey?
Well, that's what these guys make, but my stuff's a little bit more of a kick.
It's probably
With your-
cabbages, Arni.
With your affairs settled here, the city is still at your disposal.
Oh. Well, I know I would like to go to the Mage's Tower. I don't know what the rest of you are thinking about the day, but I know where I want to go.
Keep you company going there.
And I seem to recall you wanted to go there too, right, Basil?
Yeah, I'm quite interested to see what's going on over there.
Sashem tags along.
Okay. Zenesha and Arni as well, I imagine.
Yeah, she'll tag along.
All right.
To the Mage's Tower we go!
As you step out of the door... Wow. As you step out of the door, Sashem, you hear in your mind a familiar voice. Tylor, if you wouldn't mind.
We will be there soon.
I'm gonna grab whoever's closest to me.
It's probably like Syranos at this point.
Sorry, Syranos. I'm just gonna grab him.
Ooh,
Okay.
what's going on? Sashem?
You do know that you can respond to this.
How soon?
Yeah, no, that would happen. That would happen.
What?
So,
Okay. That was horrible. Can I redo that again? Oh, Syranos. Okay, right quick. So, say that somebody does the whisper brain thingy head in your head, and you can respond. Can I still redo, or is that all I get?
I think you probably hit your word limit asking me these questions, as far as I remember. And no, you
all
don't.
All of this filtered through the spell. Because I imagine Sashem doesn't understand how to intentionally sever the connection and end the spell. So, yeah.
Yeah, but it's only like 25 words, right? So it didn't even get to the point where I was talking.
No.
So
I assume most of the okays got through, though.
Did you receive a message?
I did, and I know you don't know him, but it was Chief, and he's coming, and he said we, but I don't know who we is. That's a little weird for me, because from what I know of, he went with Lucinda, but Lucinda went back, so I thought he was by himself. Oh, unless he means Master too, then Chief and Master will be here.
And you said how soon? You didn't even say where we were or anything for him to go on.
Yeah, but he said we'll be there. Well, what does that mean? Oh, crap. He doesn't-
Remember this for next time.
Time to plan another Chief and Saradin session.
Okay. So when he says we'll be there soon, doesn't he mean that he knows where I'm at?
Not necessarily. It might mean he's trying to catch up to you. Did you tell him where you were going before you guys separated?
No, he just ditched me because he wanted to get stronger. Wouldn't you start off with, if hopefully you're in the city, or wouldn't you make it a longer message yourself? Doesn't he have like 20 words or something like that he can use for me?
You're
he
not
knows
wrong.
How horrible I am at this.
I'm sorry. You know as much as I do.
Arni, do we have this ring of sending?
Yes, if this is something we want to use it for, definitely.
110% yes. If he's trying to catch up with me, I need to fix this.
And it should be charged right now.
Yeah, what do you want to say?
Okay.
Okay.
There's like 9 words right there.
He's just gonna give me double message of just a bunch of okay.
So this is what I want to say. From Sashem in Nicodranas. From Sashem in Nicodranas. Nicodranas is one, right?
Yes.
That's many syllables. Yeah. Okay, just checking. Okay, so Nicodranas. Bring lots of help. And any spare weapons you can carry.
Anything else, or is that it?
No. I got 5 more. Hang on.
So,
bring
Arni,
money,
what's the limit of
your
your ring?
honey. No,
25 words.
Yours is 25.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, so what was I? I have 5 left, right? So, 20. Then I have 10 left. So then I just say, need to help Gilmore. Will wait here for you. Money. Crap. No. Will. Okay. Let's see. Hang on.
Essentially, those were the last 2 words. Crap.
Wait. Okay. At the end, then it should say. Need to help Gilmore.
So hold on.
Money.
As you're all basically like right on the footsteps of the monastery, planning out this message. There's effectively drunkards all over the steps and moving in and out of the monastery. And this group of about 3 of them kind of stop and watch you guys for a minute. And they just sit and go, you guys gotta stop drinking so much, and walk inside.
Arnie's got a parchment and quill that he's been writing on and crossing things out and writing on and crossing things out the whole time that Sashem continues.
Yep. Do you have your plan now settled?
Oh, do you want me to write it? I can write it. I don't even remember what I said. I'm not gonna lie.
Arnie's going to have to actually send it, so.
Okay.
Okay.
Arnie and Nicodramas, something, bring money and weapons.
Okay. I got this. Okay.
Gilmore's in Nicodranas now.
Where we are. Apparently we're waiting for him, and that you want extra people and weapons.
Bring lots of money and spare weapons. How many am I at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Do you want a word counter? Like, I'll pull up a word counter website and send it to you.
No. It's more fun this way.
It'll count it for her.
And we know this has got to be in there.
Oh, you gotta give him that hook and spit on that thing.
No!
I was just at my friend's house today, and I showed her all of what we went over with that. So I think it was 17, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Okay.
Watch Arni just like completely ignore what's written and just say what he wants. Hey, Chief, I'm Arni. Which, actually, an important point of note, Arni has not met or sent messages to Chief before. He's going to need a pretty good description. Given the rarity of the name, there's a high chance of success here, of course. Just about ready?
I got it.
Zenesha, Basil, and Drak, the three of you are getting real bored.
Drak's gonna go inside and come back out with two mugs for Basil and Zenesha. Here.
Imagine that Zenesha is probably just staring down the nearby employees and wanting to fight somebody.
It's been a while.
I'm sure someone will combat you later.
Done.
But to be
There you
warned,
go.
they're pretty strong here.
Okay, Arni.
Arni, they are ready. Send the message.
Yep, this is going to a super awesome Warforge. His name is Chief. He's green and super kind, and I don't know what else you need from me.
Oh, so I'm sending it to Chief and not to Master.
Master is his dog, so if you send it to him, nothing would happen. What a waste of a ring.
Glad you pointed that out because I was getting ready to send it to somebody named Master.
No. Chief. Chief. That's the whole hi.
Okay.
Master is just saying hi because I couldn't say tell Master hi. I just, only so many words.
Okay.
You send this big long message and then you just hear woof.
Okay, so, all right. Gonna fiddle with the ring a little bit and then... Mr. Chief, sir, we are in Nicodranas. We'll wait here for you. Bring lots of money and spare weapons. Gilmore needs help. Hi, Master Missia.
Okay. Considering the Mr. Chief, sir, the rest of the message got cut by one, but what does Arni hear in response, Chief? The description was successful. Not very many kind green warforged in the world named Chief.
And there's not many people that I know that also know Gilmore. So I'm going to only guess it's from somehow being relayed to me through someone else from my two friends. Nicodranas. 10-4. We'll be there post haste in the Warthog.
That's all you hear, Arni.
That's it.
And I relay word for word exactly what he said to me.
Which is just as confusing, Sashem and Zenesha.
In the Warthog? That sounds very nasty. And messy. Those are pigs.
Did we find
Another drunkard walks
I know
by.
what a warthog is.
Another drunkard walks by. Yeah, being in a warthog is no fun. Stumbles in.
How do you ride in one?
Ride? I don't know.
Have you gotten eaten by a warthog, Drak?
He'll just drink. He'll like go. You don't know my life.
You don't know my life.
Onwards to the tower.
Oh my goodness.
If everybody's ready to move, you're
Yes.
not. Well,
please.
it's kind of hard to say. I was going to say you're not far from the tower, but you kind of can't tell. But Basil, you would kind of remember from your last time here that you are relatively close to the Tide Peak Tower. Making your way there finally comes a point at the range where its scale in your perspective would begin to become, rather than consistently large, rather small, it actually begins to come closer, more conventionally like you'd expect. And you do arrive at what is signed as the Tide Peak Tower. Pull up my description real quick. Lying in the center of the open quay, Tide Peak Tower is a singular 450-foot tall, massive tower that looms over the entire district. You get a sense now of why you were able to see it from such a great distance, though the illusion that was present still drew confusion. The diameter of about 90 feet at the base. It has no doors, no windows, but a number of small balconies are dotted around the tower as it comes to a slight peak at the roof, the sharpened point. The entirety of its construction is made of dark and light-flecked emerald stone. It sticks out, and there are no other buildings up against it. The permanent illusion over the tower is dispelled as you cross the point of perspective, and you are now up against not its base, but the courtyard gates.
Well, you ready?
Just
Syranos?
walking towards the door
There is no door.
at the. Oh, the gates open?
There's gates to the courtyard. They are open if you'd like to walk through.
I mean, I'm trying to go inside, so
Yeah. Stepping through, you step into the courtyard. It's not extravagant. It's a rather modest courtyard. There's a number of small trees. A couple of trees that, Syranos, you've not seen in person, but if you'd like to make a history and nature check, you might be able to recognize them. Basil, you are more than accustomed to these, and Zenesha, you would have seen these as well. They are palms. The more arid as well as the more tropical climates are, inundated with these. And Syranos, with yours as well, you would recognize this. Arni, you have never seen these before. And Sashem, of course, you have not either. Strange trees with their intersecting sections that look like they've been placed on top of each other, large green fronds, and a couple of round, furry fruit up on the crest of the fronds.
Drak wants to climb up and grab one.
Okay. Easy enough to do, given what would basically be like your passive dexterity. You looks to be almost perfectly ripe.
Zenesha, catch!
Zenesha, coconut is flying at you. Make a dexterity saving throw. And you know if it hits you, it's going to make that dunk.
And unconsciousness. No.
No, an 18. You palm it. You've had these before.
Share that with the kid.
I'm gonna lean over to Zenesha and I'm gonna say, is he allowed to do that?
I'll toss one down to Syranos as well.
Okay. And Zenesha knows the bare hand trick and does pop it open. You lose about a quarter of the milk with that, but it's expected. And there you have, the two halves of a coconut. Sashem, you see Zenesha pop this open. Syranos, also a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Dirty 20.
You have it.
I don't know if you're allowed to do that. Please come down, Drak.
I'll just jump off the top of the tree.
Oh,
Yep.
jeez.
Probably about a 15-foot tree, but, monks.
Yeah.
When you're done with them, let me have the husks.
What are you gonna do with them?
Oh, I'll show you when they're done and dry.
Think I already know.
Mukalaki leaky. Come on, you wanna lay me? Pass the moima, hello.
Zenesha's new armor. No.
So, that's what I was thinking.
No, Edward, no.
I don't think it would count. It's okay. This isn't an MMO.
The transmog.
So, Sashem and Zenesha, you eating some of it?
I'd try it.
Absolutely.
Okay. It's good. It seems to be perfectly ripe. The exact amount of, bite that is good. The milk is as you'd expect. And let's have Basil and Syranos make a perception check.
Yeah.
Yep, that's another way.
Because I want to look for someone to talk to.
Well, this is more of a
17.
direct. It did the double roll thing again. It's weird. But with a 15 and a 17, up at the top of the palm, a new coconut forms rapidly.
Whoa.
It's as if the life cycle of the seed is just accelerated. And then again, another perfectly ripe coconut up in the tree.
That's a nifty tree. They don't grow like that anywhere that I've seen. That's pretty quick.
You know, we
Wonder
trade
if-
cabbages sometimes.
It's definitely a spell, Sashem.
Oh. Well, there goes that idea. I was going to say, hey, we should take these back to the farm, but if it's a spell, that's not going to help us at all. How long do they take normally?
Oh, I don't know, but it can't be that fast.
Oh, if anyone
Arnie's
here
trying
would
to-
really have studied that.
Yeah.
Arnie's going to inspect two halves of this mysterious throat and kind of flap them together.
No.
And then here you go.
It makes a
Sticking
really
around like he's riding
satisfying.
a horse.
Yep, it makes a very, very satisfying. Sounds almost exactly like horseshoes on a cobble.
So in fun fact of palm trees, side note, they can take, coconut trees can take 6 to 10 years to start producing fruit, but they can take up to 20 years to reach peak production, can live for 60 to 100 years, and can produce fruit every month and a half.
That's not too bad,
Fun
but
fact.
that life cycle is interesting. I wonder if Drak would have been the one to share that. but
He is a connoisseur of vegetables.
those famous vegetables, coconuts.
Yeah.
Say, does that count as a fruit or a vegetable? Where's the seed? Is it on the inside? Do you eat the seed? I really don't know anything about coconuts.
The tower still stands doorless in front of all of you.
I would like to go up and touch it just to see what it feels like what kind of
Wait.
materials they used.
What was our perception for?
It was to see the coconut spawn itself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You were just as lost
I
as me.
recognize.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I recognize that you had asked for somebody to look for, but it's very apparent there's nobody attending to you being in this space. Sashem, you walk up and touch, and your hand rests on the. It's mostly a grayish stone, but there are those flecks of what look to be emerald in it.
Basil,
It's cold. It's a little
how
cold.
did you go inside last time you were here?
Last time there was a door just right in front of the gate. Like, you walk through and there's a door.
Looking around. No door, right?
No.
I'm gonna knock on the wall.
Okay. How hard?
Just regular knock.
Okay. As you knock, it does reverberate. There's this doom doom to it, where you expect a really, really solid stone.
Shashem's gonna knock again because he's never heard that before.
Sashem, when you knock, it's stone as you'd expect. It's that high resistance, blocking all of the tone.
What?
Hey, Syranos, come on, knock some more. Do a little ta-ta-ta. You remember what we did in Allfield with the whole I know
I don't want to get in trouble. I don't know what's going on here.
I don't either, but I think you should knock again because that sound was really cool.
Okay. And he goes and
Okay. It does reverberate again.
Huh. Well, no one's answering. That is a very interesting sound difference between me knocking and you knocking, but I'm not seeing anyone here either.
Drak wants to approach and take out a staff and just tap in 3 or 4 different spots.
I'm gonna start walking back towards the gate, I think, to go out and around or something.
Drak, as you step forward, and Syranos, as you turn around, this small slit goes down the stone, and then these lines. These lines trace around. It's just like this fine, bluish green light. Just looks like it's forming a doorway, and then the surface of the stone itself begins to wave and change shape, and you notice hinges begin to form, and the texturing of wood begins to almost carve itself into the stone. Handles emerge and stick out with knocks from the center of the door. And then its material actually starts to change. There's this shimmer of greenish blue light across it. The stone turns to wood, metal, kind of a polished brass that stands in very, very stark contrast to the gray and emerald. And finally, one last flash, and what was kind of this 2D representation is suddenly your eyes needed to adjust. A pair of doors.
Oh, progress. I'm gonna open them.
They open before you touch them. They open inward, and inside you see a hallway.
Or
I'll drag
dimly lit.
after you.
I step in first.
Basil, this looks to be the exact hallway you were ejected from.
Hesitantly step inside.
And you'll be okay. Come on.
All making your way inside. When the last of you crosses the threshold, the doors slowly close shut, and all of the light is gone, and you're all in darkness.
I'm going to cast light on my breastplate.
Okay. You've cast the spell. No light is emitted.
Hey guys. Just kind of heads up. I can't see, and apparently, light doesn't work here at all. Anybody got a light, like a
So,
match?
Sashem, you go out calling this out, and no one's responding.
Drak is just going to clap twice.
Okay, you clap. None of you hear any clapping.
I imagine I'm walking forward because I went in first, so I don't pay any attention, of course.
Okay.
I'm just
Well,
walking
except
forward.
that your vision went totally black. Like all light. Stop.
Yep, I have my hands forward and I'm moving forward slowly.
Okay. Moving forward. First, Basil, you hear in your mind, well, unannounced guest, what is your name?
I'm Basil.
I believe you've been here before, have you not?
Yeah, there was a man with a box stuck to his hands.
Ah, I recall. Well, I'll let you in. And you hear a snap of fingers, and you are sitting at a table. And there is candles all around. Now, these others that are with you, are they in need of visiting me as well?
Yes, I think you'll quite enjoy their company as well.
Well, we'll see about that. Sashem, you hear in your mind. The second unannounced visitor. What is your name?
Sashem?
And why are you here?
To learn.
You also hear a snap. And you are sat next to Basil. Suddenly.
Hey!
And it's just you and Basil in a room. A rather fine table, candles. There's placements in front of you as if a meal is being prepared. Syranos, you hear in your mind. And your name, please, sir.
Syranos.
I see. Why have you come?
I am seeking answers. And if you are already in my mind, I think you might be curious already.
You hear a snap, and you are sat next to Sashem, with Basil on the other side of him.
We're gonna go high five.
Okay.
And the room, deep emerald curtains, kind of like this velvet material, quite luxurious in design, deeply embroidered and shaved for different designs throughout their entire surface. An enormous rug of this onyx and gold sits beneath the table and stretches 30 feet in one direction and 15 in the other. Drak, you hear in your mind, you are a bit of an interesting one. You hear a snap. You're sat next to Syranos. Actually, not quite next to Syranos. You're actually across the table from him.
Ooh, this looks fancy.
Zenesha, in your mind, you hear, and why has the brute come?
I don't know, man. I'm just following them.
Make a persuasion check.
I love it. It's so on point.
I know that it's actually just true, too. So it's like... He says, fair enough. Again, another snap. And at this point, each of the snaps, those of you that have already arrived, you hear it, but it's like omnipresent. It's not somewhere in the room. And you are sat next to Drak, across from Sashem. Arni, you hear in your mind, a guard captain of the new empire. What brings you to my tower?
Okay, ghosts, who are you? What do you want?
Calm yourself. I am the master of this tower. This is my home, and where I do my research. Please, why have you come?
I've come to protect my people and explore the world's finest vintages while I'm at it.
Oh, well, I may be able to help with at least one of those endeavors. And with a final snap,
Excellent.
Arni appears. So Arni appears
Sneezing.
in front of Basil. So the six of you are all across from each other, and immediately Arni is just screaming, "Excellent!" as he appears, startling a couple of you.
No! Oh boy.
And for the first time, for all of you seeing, there is an individual sitting at the head of the table, which is actually one placement away from where you all are. So there's the six of you, there's a pair of placements, and then there's him at the head of the table. So a little bit of a gap. What you see is an elven individual of long ears that are pierced with a number of gemstones. Silky white hair that falls down low to about mid-chest level. Robes of a deep, deep green. Almost black, but you can tell as the light hits it and it shimmers that there is at least a forest green hidden in there. Large metallic braces over the robes that are of a finely carved gold and a large emerald set into each side. And he sits there, relatively casual of pose, and says, "Well, you have all come to my home, albeit unannounced. I'm curious. Will you satisfy my curiosity? And to you, Sir Basil, I must apologize that the last time you here I was under illusion. I know that I appeared as a gnome, but when I am meeting those I do not yet know something about, I do disguise myself. So, apology."
Apology accepted.
Wait a second. I didn't think you met anybody when you were here. I thought you said you were kicked out.
The job. It's
As I recall, you attended a delivery of sorts. But that was, in fact, really the extent of the interaction. Well, don't keep me in suspense. You all had a great number of reasons for being here. I have some time to kill today.
Might we have your name? We have introduced ourselves.
Yes, you have. And my manners must elude me. He stands, presses his chair back, gives a little bit of a bow. I'm Darren.
I thought you were Usa.
It is.
This was, at one point, Usa's tower.
Oh.
A number of centuries ago. I am actually the very next occupant after him. I've been here quite some time.
Oh.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Darren.
And you, Syranos.
I know I come asking questions that I am seeking answers to. I'm not sure about the others. As you can see, I am not a typical half-breed.
No, you're not. One of the reasons I even allowed the lot of you to gain audience. You may have noticed that your call for my attention rang true.
I'm gonna elbow him, going, see?
The difference in knocking. Okay. Yes. I have, I think, just a couple questions, really. And I hope that you are willing to share and help me out. Because I'm lost and just searching for answers. I told the Mage's Tower was a good place to come to, and...
By whom?
It was an Asamar in Allfield named David.
Very well. I can honor that referral.
So, let's see, where do I start?
I'm not the one to ask that.
Yes. Let's start with the big reason why, I think, and that is that I have started having reverie. It's the best guess I can have.
Yes.
In the perspective of a dragon.
Is that so?
Yes.
Quite intriguing. I myself have only recently completed my reverie. I am aged 450. It has been a long journey for me, as the elven soul that rests within me is quite old, indeed. If you suggest that yours is not even an elven soul, then maybe worth exploring for your own benefit.
I don't know much of reverie other than what I've been told.
Where were you raised that you were not taught of reverie?
Bisis Teal. I know of it. I didn't think I would experience it. Given, yeah.
Understandable. We may be able to do some things with you, but I would like to address why the others are here as well, if they choose to share. Young man, Sashem. I can tell you are simply overflowing with questions.
I mean, there's about 1,000 that I can think of off the top of my head. But I think
I imagine.
at least half of them you would find annoying. This is the thing, is I grew up where none of this existed, and so
In the Bromkiln
There's-
village.
can you read my mind?
Only surface thoughts unless I press deeper.
Okay. So it might be easier if you just press deeper and like see everything else.
Oh.
Because I mean I would hope
And
that this
he
would not.
stands, pressing the chair away, kind of walks over to behind you. He stands, he's probably about as tall as you are, Sashem, maybe an inch taller when he's standing, but something about his presence is not unsettling, imposing, but there's a certain authority to him. And as he walks across the room, you can all feel it. There's just this presence to him that is heavy, a pressure as he walks up to you. And that settles in a little bit as he comes up to you, Sashem. I am more than willing to utilize the effects of a spell that I've already cast, of course. I do need explicit permission from you. It will not be unpleasant or harm you by any means, unless I attempted to make changes, of course.
Okay, as long as it doesn't hurt me. And just so you know, like 2 or 3 weeks ago, I was a 15-year-old boy. So you might want to stay out of certain parts of my brain. But what would be really useful.
His eyes just close a little bit. And that very well. I suppose I'm about to find out.
Okay.
And he reaches his hand out. He just sets it on your shoulder. Now you can choose to either make a wisdom saving throw or submit.
I just let him do it.
Okay. He does press into your mind, and Sashem has not had experience with mind control, thought reading, anything like that. But in a rapid succession, your whole life is divulged, almost from beginning to now. You have opened your mind to a powerful wizard, and he has picked it clean. No harm is done to you. It is not a pleasant experience. Not being in control of the direction your thoughts move is an unnatural state, and it does not feel good. But it's over within a few seconds. My gods, you are all tied up in some extreme business.
I'm gonna put my hand on my head and go, that's kind of like a near-death experience to where your brain just flash everything before your eye. I mean, I'm almost died a couple of times, so didn't think it was gonna feel like that. Okay.
You know, maybe that
The
would help
fact
with
that
my
you-
questions.
We'll get to that, which is why I've put you off
Okay.
for a time. Sashem, I am surprised that you survived a confrontation with the Oracle Circle and
What do
only
you mean,
managed to age 5 years.
I
You
mean,
must have asked quite a light question of them.
I didn't think that was a light question. 5 years is a lot for me. I'm just a human.
That is fair. But the price is always proportional to one's remainder.
Well, and you saw what I asked too, right? And
I did. And the reason I say it is a light question is to the gods. Meaning has little meaning.
I don't know if that makes me feel very special anymore.
No mortals are special to the gods. But, nonetheless. Oh, the one here under illusion looks to you, Drak. I would wish to understand why.
Illusion?
You are muted.
Muted.
It baffles me too. But I'm really just here being escorted by these lovely people from one town to the other. Which reminds me,
Darren-
I'll tell you guys later for this.
Wait, what do you mean illusion?
Darren, is he green and scaly? That's the only thing I have. That's the only thing I care about. Like, he's not like illusion.
Might be linguistically the exact opposite. But his secrets are his own. If he has not divulged them to you, I will not
Well, you know what
force him
happened
to do
with
so.
you know what happened with the betrayal and everything. So just wanted to
Yes.
be a little careful.
One of the side effects of peering into one's mind is you do not simply observe, you experience it yourself.
Oh,
But recognize what you have experienced.
So you experienced me almost dying by a rug? Oh, that must have been bad. Sorry, that's a little embarrassing.
I guess the real question for me is just figuring out a way to reverse the process. So if it takes forever, it takes forever. But I'm just here to have fun.
You almost died to a rug?
And falling out of a tree.
Bring up that one. Fairness, I was spooked out of a dream. That was when I was just kicked out of my village. Guy, don't bring up everything embarrassing. I mean, I thought the rug was bad enough.
If you know of a way to fix whatever happened, just let me know. And you can go to the next person.
We may be able to do something. Divine intervention is not necessarily my forte. I'm sure you understand.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Oh. But what about the follower? The one that is only here because others have led her.
I don't know what this place is. I'm just here.
You carry something with you, though. Do you not?
Yeah.
Darkness.
I wouldn't call it darkness. It's just powerful. And she'll pull it out. The piece of agony.
While the moral gray of the domains of the gods has been of debate and will be of debate for all time to come, there are objects, there are things that are evil. And that is evil.
Oh.
Do you mean to collect it?
Well, yeah. I mean, you can still use evil to do good things, right?
With the mental fortitude to resist? Yes. He raises up, and the bracers flare a light green for a second. You in fact can. There are many cursed things in this world, and outside of it. Mastering them is a challenge. I may have something for you, even though you've only come here on a whim.
Okay.
Guard Captain Arni Stormborn.
Yes, sir.
What do you know of your father?
Arni gets very still and physically discomforted. I It's rather what I don't know that bothers me. And that is why. Why would he do it?
The past is written and done. And there are ways to observe it. Is this an answer you truly seek? Because if it is of basic curiosity, I would advise not. But if it will inform your actions, choice is yours.
And a single notion.
Who I am, who I've made myself to be, is largely in part because of what he did. And I've sought this answer for a long time now.
Yes.
And so, but I don't know if I'm scared to know the truth.
Sure.
I will give you all a short time to rest and recollect yourselves here in this tower. I, after peering into Sashem's mind, am aware of the gravity of what you deal with, all of you. This is more of an existential threat than I believed it was. Especially considering the threat to the ley lines. The fact that you managed to summon an elemental protector in the lay analysts is nothing short of impressive.
Can I stop you there, Darren? Can you check on him since you know about ley lines and stuff like that? I just am a little worried about him, and I don't know how to contact him. I thought that since he could touch the ley lines and stuff, he could, but he hasn't reached out. He hasn't anything, and so I'm just worried. Just a little, okay, a lot of worried.
I am not certain that he hasn't. Think for a moment. What is the last interaction you had with ley lines? What was it?
Not good. And I mean, I didn't have that interaction. Apparently they did. On the elevator thing. I wasn't there though. I don't know what happened.
You were told of it.
Well,
or you're not?
Yes. I mean, all I know is that the cult was attacking the ley lines, and I mean,
I see a note of recognition among one of you, Mr. Syranos.
Oh, yes. If I'm understanding, do you suppose that what happened at the lift was him trying to reach out to us?
There are complicated mechanisms in place around a being like a Quintus. Understand that the weeks of travel you underwent in order to make your way to Wuyun. When it comes to Aquentus, it's like reaching his arm into a cabinet to speak at that distance. But Aquentus is also new, and likely was not aware of the possible effects. I say this not as only pure speculation, as beneath this tower there is even something related to your quest.
What might that be?
All in due time, I would like all of you to spend a short time here, truly resting, planning, and making ready. Though aside from that, I do understand that another intends to join you. Looking to Sashem, who kind of just nods.
Seems that way.
So, you're stuck here for at least that long.
So you're saying that there's something underneath the tower that would help us.
Yes, but it is a story and a presentation I would not like to make more than once.
But the last time we went investigating under a tower, we ran into a real nasty undead fellow.
Yes, I
We're not
saw
going to
that
encounter anything.
I saw that in Sashem's memories, and no, there are no liches here.
Good.
You do understand that the lich you combated is not dead. Yes.
Correct.
And you've also made an enemy of a lich.
And that spooks the seven hells out of me, it does.
As it likely should. As a creature like that might parallel even someone like me in their arcane ability. It is not uncommon when confronted like that. A lich will allow themselves to be sent back to their phylactery. Nonetheless, I have addressed most of you, but I have excluded one for the last. He looks to you, Basil. You come here seeking answers, as many of this group do. You carry also something with you. Yes?
I do.
A book?
Oh, the book. Yes, I've almost forgotten about the book.
I would hope that you don't. Not quite as, potent an object as what she carries, but still dark. Would you mind setting it on the table?
Yeah. He's gonna reach out and pull out this book and put it on the table.
What you all see is a tome that is not crudely bound, but harshly bound in serpent skin. Large leather straps hold it with a clasped lock. This book, while and he kind of bends down to its level, incomplete, is still cursed. Can you feel that?
He's gonna reach out and touch it again. He's like, didn't know it was cursed before.
As you touch it, now that you've interacted with a certain entity, the same presence is there. I can see that you do feel that.
I do not want it.
Carrying this book is likely what has provided what little connection you've garnered. I can only speak with what I can see in front of me. There is a path ahead of you. I cannot see the future like the unfortunately deceased Madame Maria, but I know of some things. When we adjourn for the night, I would speak with you. Zenesha, I have a portion of that weapon here in this tower.
Great. I'm assuming you're gonna give it to me?
It's going to take more convincing than a pretty face.
Oh, my face isn't pretty.
That was the joke.
That's fair.
I don't think Syranos held in. I think that was actually Syranos' laugh just now coming out.
There is something you're going to need to prove to me in your time here. In order to have me relinquish the chains of anguish.
Okay.
Today, I do have one thing to attend that will take the remainder of the day. But if you would like to stay here in this tower, you are not confined. You are welcome to. You will be able to enter and exit as you please. The tower will conform to your needs. You need only consider what it is you wish to see or do. He sets his hands on the table, presses his chair back, and stands. I will take my leave. Basil, if you would please, gesturing, and as you do, or as you look, at first he's gesturing just a wall. It's just a wall. But then, in a moment, it's just a door, and it's like it always was. There's just... Please.
Okay. I'm gonna get up and move to it.
Gonna take Basil over to another channel. He brings you to another room. It's almost identical to the last. if you didn't know better, you basically walked out of the room and walked in the other side of it. But nobody else is in there. Inside, he gestures for you to take the same seat you just had in the other room.
I'm gonna walk over and just grumble underneath his breath. I hate magic.
In sitting down to the seat, it's also just as warm as you left the last one. As if it is the same chair. But he sits down at the head in the same way. Your curse is not arcane. I cannot outright alleviate it for you. From what I was able to determine from just the thoughts on the surface, that book does contain some information. Could you share it with me?
Yeah. Just very bits and pieces.
Yes. Not sure how far up that is.
I have it saved on a Google Doc. I can copy and paste
Oh,
it.
okay. There you go. And I've scrolled up to it as well.
Okay.
And it's up to you at this point how much you want to lay out.
He's mostly going to focus on the chapter 5 of reversing it.
Okay. So after kind of burning through the curse itself, you do get to that section. Yes, please. I believe that this is the part that you are most interested in.
Do you want me just to read it out, or?
Yes, please.
And yet, should the serpent turn from the darkness, the path to light may open once more. Seek ye the sacred waters of River and it kind of cuts off there. Blessing flows with their symbol upon the heart and of a willing serpent in hand, beseech the change bringer for salvation. Within the ruins of some place stands a hidden pillar bathed in the light of the gods. Let the serpent who is kneel before it and confess their sins, and the curse shall be. Find whose tears flow freely for the sins of their kind. Let those tears cleanse from within, though such sorrows rare to find. There's so many missing pieces, hard to understand.
There are. The page is tattered, is it not?
Yes, and there's things crossed out that I just couldn't undo.
You are not the only blood-cursed in this world. You are not alone. Many, if not most, fall in line to serve the Wanti. You've chosen a different path. It's commendable. It is. Have you been sought after by the cloaked serpent?
I would believe that's what the dark voices are. I accidentally prayed to it out of desperation, and it was a mistake. I've been rejecting its presence ever since.
As much as I would personally encourage to continue that. One's religious affiliations are their own, though here in the Menagerie Coast, things are not so free as in the Empire. But you were the one to initiate connection, not Zahir.
Right. It was during the battle against Buddy. I thought everything was coming to an end. I didn't want to.
Do you know if you are bound?
I don't think I am bound. As in, to a god, or what do you mean by that?
To the gods, to the cycle, to fate?
No, I'm not bound to fate. I was told by that by Maria, but I don't understand that either.
That only happened, but yesterday.
Yes. And I'm sad that
Oh,
she passed.
you have-
many questions.
Yes, you have a great journey ahead of you. Did she offer any advice?
She advised me not to listen to the gods or something along those lines of I can make my own path.
There are a number of groups in this world, groups with certain characteristics. There are those born under the moon of Ruidus that often rise to high station through sheer force of destiny. There are those that are cursed of blood or blessed, that their destiny is laid out before them and their fate binds them to an inevitable course of action. And there are those who are unbounded by it all. To be unbound is a power that the gods will clamber for. Your soul is in high demand, as it is new. A soul that not yet has been subjected to the cycle. How much do you understand about how the gods get their power?
Really anything at all, or if any.
Put it simply, and to remove all of the nuance, they harvest the souls of mortals. For the gods that are deemed as good, it is a mutual relationship. Tylor brings souls onto his glass beaches and his rich orchards to live for eternity, basking in pleasures and company and happiness. But a being like Orcus enslaves mortal souls to time. All of the gods operate under different domains. Your soul has not yet been tapped for its divine potential, which is likely why I imagine you're able to exhibit some arcane ability on your own with no training.
That would make sense.
Your soul's brimming with power, all on its own. Madame Maria's kind words and advice are sound. I'm saddened to hear of her passing. I was rather looking forward to hearing her sing at the Pillow Trove. Nonetheless, as I said, I cannot undo this curse for you. But if I discover something I could do to help, I will do what I can.
Appreciate it with so much.
Please. And he gestures back to the door.
While they went off, Sashem is going to take this place will give you what you need, and he's going to try and summon things as they're gone. Just try and see if things will pop up in front of him.
Okay. What are you willing? Actually, let's hold until we have sure that recording is back in order. Good to go? Okay. So, what are you trying to will?
Stupid stuff like drink, like if there's place settings in front of us, so it would be like,
okay,
some kind of juice drink in my cup and a steak in front of me, and then I'm gonna try and just go stupid things and be like a pun or.
Okay. As you will for juice in your cup, what kind is it?
I don't know what's in the Bromkin Hills.
I imagine there'd be grape. I imagine there'd be apple.
Okay. Let's do grape.
Okay.
Because he's not a drinker yet.
From the bottom of a quite fine, glass cup. Not a goblet, but a cup. Fills up. Grape juice.
Gonna drink it.
Okay. It's good
camera's
grape
not
juice.
on, Austin.
Oh.
Oh,
it's good grape juice. It's crisp, a little tart, nice and cold.
The steak up here?
You will for a steak, and kind of like in video games where something starts small and kind of woof, about like that. Just there's a steak.
Nesh, get this! I am so flippin' hungry. Been a while since I've had
Zenesha, Drak, Arni, you all see this, and Syranos, you all see this taking place.
It was offered. It would be rude to refuse, right? And I'm gonna will like this opulent, just like I'm back home. You guys are gonna think it's like super royal food. To him, it's just the best thing he hasn't had in months. Like it's got shrimp and crab, lobster, and a bunch of these things that you haven't seen before. Probably.
Yeah, caviar and
oh yes.
Why are you eating bugs?
A cabbage? Of course. Specially prepared or just a fresh cabbage?
Just a fresh cabbage.
What do you mean bugs? He rips off a leg.
And it does appear. Arni, what would you be willing in front of you?
Arni's got a large cask of ale with inlaid with golden letters is Grimgolier Brewery.
Okay.
And he says, I've missed this stuff. Finest dwarven make in the realm.
What about Zenesha? Was it bugs?
No, she's wondering if she can summon money in front of her.
Let me check something.
Does she say this out loud?
I imagine she's kind of just staring at her plate
Yeah.
Yes, but it's all copper pieces.
And like all of a sudden she starts glaring intensely at the plate, like
This is funny. So there's, I'm going to tell you how this works. There's a table, like a data table, for when this fails. And I roll. Zenesha. I mean, there's no nice way to put it. It's cat shit forms on your plate. Just whoop.
I mean, to each their own, but I don't think that's gonna taste good.
You all see and pretty quickly begin to smell
Is that
what's
from
on Zenesha's plate.
your hometown or something? That don't look
Drak is
good.
gonna peel off a leaf of cabbage and put it on top of the crab.
No, I wanted to know if it could do anything, but it can't.
What do you mean do anything?
Wanted to eat.
It smells. It does that.
Oh. And that's what you
So- Yeah.
I mean,
So-
can we like see if it will get poof again and go away? Can you like will it away now? Because that really
Yeah.
stinks, and it's putting me off my steak.
Arnie's hugging his cask even tighter.
As you wish for it to leave, it does kind of like a little poof of smoke.
Say, wish for the smell to go away too.
Okay, so there's
Seems like that might take a
limitations.
moment.
Zenesha's gonna just lean down and like blow it towards Shessu.
I imagine the cabbage fell to the plate.
Maybe the limitation
No,
is
the
imagination.
The cabbage, once it was shared to Zenesha's plate, seems to have responded to Zenesha's wishes.
Has he left the room yet?
Oh, he's
Basil will have left the room with Darren.
No, I meant with Darren. Okay.
Yeah, they were together. So they are away at the moment.
This is during that. Sorry.
Yes. Yep, you're good. Anything anyone else wants to try?
Drak is going to wish and will to have his true staff appear.
Okay, I'm gonna roll because definitely can't do that. This is gonna be interesting. Okay. So, in Drak, you looking to your plate and thinking to your staff. A live octopus. Rather large. Large enough to kind of whip over to the placements next to you. Starts
Now-
whipping around.
That's gonna be delicious here, and I'm just gonna imagine it as calamari.
And on your plate, calamari appears. There's still a live octopus on Drak's plate. And
What is with you eating bugs and shit?
Oh, it didn't work on his.
This is great.
I can only do mine, so we can each only do our own.
I'm going to think of it as a smaller one.
This is not bugs.
It
These
does.
are seafood. This is seafood.
I'm like,
I don't see any food. I
From
see
the,
bugs.
from the ocean,
Wow.
water creatures.
I'll pick
Oh,
up
you
the,
mean fish.
the now
That ain't a fish.
smaller octopus.
Okay, if you want to see real good food, allow me. And Arnie's gonna concentrate and wish for a whole roasted pig. Like we're talking about like 5 feet long.
And what happens is the table and the placement around Arni expands. The chairs, you're moving away from him, but you don't feel motion like you're being moved. It's just like the space between you is being multiplied. And when there's enough room, woof, there is a whole roasted pig. in front of
Now
you.
this is food you've got to eat.
And I'm
And it's at this point that Basil and Darren are walking back in.
Of course that's delicious, but so is this. And I break open a lobster tail. I'm like, try a bite of this.
I'm gonna stand up and get a piece of the pig.
Try it. Ooh, and dip it in this butter.
Zenesha
And
is
Arni
moving
will dip it in the butter and just
Over to the pig?
bite
wait.
into it, shell and all.
No, I broke it out of the shell and handed it to you.
Oh, okay.
I gave you
thought
the
you
meat.
just handed the tail. Okay. All right.
Well, what do you think Arni's sensibilities around shellfish would be?
It's still meat.
It is, but it is unique in comparison to
different
land
texture.
animals.
Not bad.
See?
And now I
I should
imagine that a rash is slowly going to start developing on
Oh
Arni's arm because dwarves essentially have no seafood in their diet, and so a dwarf would be likely to be allergic.
Oh no. Arni,
Basil, at this point, you're sitting back down.
spit that out.
I'm just looking around. What is happening?
You spit it out, and as it goes towards the floor, it disappears.
I'm gonna grab a piece of. I'm gonna grab a piece of calamari instead, because obviously the tail, the lobster tail or whatever he gave him, made Arni itch. So I'm gonna try a piece of calamari instead and jump on it.
Okay. You can, determine what
Do you have an
reaction
allergy?
Sashem would have to that. Yeah. Are you allergic to calamari?
Yeah. I mean, that's not
Darren
bad.
sits back down at the head of the table. I see you've acquainted yourselves with the mechanisms of acquirement here.
Ah, yes.
I just have a question. Two things. One, even though you're all powerful and can conjure anything, do you need any metalworking done?
I am certainly not all powerful. I have the ability to fabricate many things myself. Though, if I have need while you are here, I will address it with you.
And the second one is can I get a really nice hammer? More for forging,
unsure.
not for weaponry. Like, I just would like a really. I mean,
a nice one.
Yeah. The only reason I'm asking is because I have food on my plate and I don't need shit to appear. So
At that, he goes, I thought, yes, there are limitations here. The expectation is food and drink in this room.
Oh, gotcha. Never mind, and that answers both questions, I think. Okay.
But if what I smell is what I believe, it cannot create money.
Oh. Wasn't me.
Sorry.
Syranos has a little
I
bit
was
of a
curious.
snicker. A little snicker laugh as he's taking a bite of calamari with a spoon. Or not calamari. Eggs.
Yeah. If you approach a wall with the intention to enter a private room, that room could be equipped for whatever it is you wish. Could be a forge. Looking at you, Zenesha. A fighting pit. Looking at you, Drak. The jungle. Syranos. A lavish bath filled with ice. Looking at you, Arni.
Pool of alcohol.
He's hugging his keg.
I was going to go along those lines, yes. A bar. Understand that any of the entities that are created in these spaces are quite fragile. With only the knock of a hand, they will disperse, though any number of them you wish can be created understand that we are not technically inside that tower that you saw. We are within another space. That's how these things are possible.
Well, regardless, we are very grateful for your hospitality.
My hospitality would have been substantially more limited had I not been able to peer in the mind of this one. I recognize what it is you all face.
Are you able to help us then? Like, do you want to come with us? I mean, we did a Quintus, and we got to do another one so that way a Quintus as a friend, right? And someone like you would be amazing.
There are things I will do within my purview and within my power. Not only would I be limiting myself to travel around the world haphazardly, but there also may be times that I would limit you. I will act to help to defend this world. You may not see it, you may not be there for it, but I can assure you that I will. And very much so, I do intend to help all of you. I've already helped one, kind of leaning over and looking at you, Basil.
Helped us quite a bit.
As I said, I do have one thing to attend for the rest of this day. I will be excusing myself. You are free to stay here or traverse the city. As I said, you will be allowed to enter and exit as you please. If there is nothing else directly required of me, I'll take my leave.
Just one more question.
I imagine there's many more than that.
Yeah, but this one's more immediate, and we were talking just, briefly while you were gone, and we're a little low on funds. So, where is there like a message board where we could, do some things to get some money to, because I really need like 300 gold of diamond, and that would totally sink my pocket. So yeah.
There is a specific challenge around diamonds here within the Menagerie Coast and under the Consortium. A near monopoly has formed around the economy of diamonds. Much of the world's mines for diamonds have been used up.
Oh.
You must understand that for jewelry, a diamond is a trivial thing. But for a diamond to be consumed in the casting of a spell, as you intend it to be, it's quite a bit more challenging to acquire. I may have a number of contacts that you could utilize here in the city. Cannot guarantee your success. So I think the best piece of advice is don't die.
If only. Wait, which one are you talking to? Because, yes, I have, but I'm using it for other people.
Right. Not particularly relevant, but regardless.
I just didn't want to be
will
the only one that's, ousted that he's died.
I am going to leave a surprise for you in your room. I will have an attendant there, an ethereal form, but one that can speak. And you could ask of it any question your heart desires.
That's so great.
He stands up, pushing his chair back again. And it's odd, but the moment he stands up, the chair is just gone. And it's not like Some of the things that have disappeared, it's a little piff of smoke. This is like it just suddenly ceases to exist.
Kind of like the door just suddenly existed. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. There seems to be a fundamental difference between some of these things. He starts to turn, then turns back. Zenesha.
Yeah.
When I say you could summon a multitude of the servants of this tower, I mean it.
Thanks.
Are they going to be stronger than her, though?
Darren.
No. Yes.
My father. Where do I find my answers?
That is something that, on my return, we will discuss. I do not wish to leave you to languish in uncertainty, but I truly must be going to what I meant to attend.
Until then.
I will excuse myself. And he does walk out a door, which then, again, disappears. And you are left in a room. What's everybody doing?
I want another steak.
Drak's contemplating on trying to follow him out.
You would be able if you wished it.
He's gonna follow him real quick.
Okay. The way that will work is we'll kind of wrap things up for everybody else and then come back to that.
I think I'd finish
Arni.
eating.
Oh,
and
go
then,
ahead.
After eating, it probably just envision like my old bedroom and bath in Bisis Teal to stay in.
And in as much detail as you can recall, door opens for you, and inside it is there.
Wow.
I would want to follow him.
You're following Syranos?
I want to try.
So,
I want to see.
Syranos, with Sashem walking into your childhood room, what does he see?
I was curious if it could do this, but welcome to a replica, I guess, of my room in Bisis Teal.
This is where you grew up? Where you're this?
You're going to see...
Wow.
I'm imagining... I haven't done a whole lot of research on Bisis Teal, but I'm imagining kind of like those tall arches in the trees, like in Lord of the Rings with the Queen in the forest. Like, I'm imagining that kind of place as Bisis Teal. I could be horribly, horribly wrong.
Yeah, so it's actually snowy a lot in Bisis Teal.
It's very white because it's up in the mountains.
Yes. And most of the buildings are tree mounted. Now they are large, extravagant buildings and enormous trees. So it's not, little wood elves tree houses. No.
No.
This is a full-blown city within the trees.
Yeah, thick, tall, strong arches that come to points.
Is there a view from your room?
There would be. I imagine there was.
Shashem's gonna book it for the glass.
So, there is a view. And overlooking the Pearl Bow Wilderness, Sashem, you see a blanketed white forest scape. And the sky is waves of light, of this pearlescent, almost cloud-like light, just kind of pulsing in the sky. from over a mountain range.
I've missed this. Seems like
This
it can
is the
pretty
life.
accurately recreate what we want in those rooms he was telling us.
So, since this is your room, where's your hiding spot?
My hiding spot? I just really enjoy my bath. Come look at
Oh.
this.
Okay. Anyway, if you need to
Um,
end, we can end there and come back to this later. You know, it's
I mean, we're good.
okay. I don't.
Basically,
Anyway.
he walks into a portion with an... It's not a door, because in his room he doesn't have much more than open areas. But in between an open area doorway, there's a large walk-in bath. And there's ice in the bath. And it's just, everything is opulent in here. Like, it's all...
It's like a gold-trimmed porcelain pedestal bathtub, and like, yeah, it's fancy.
Well,
What about
this is fantastic. But I'm gonna leave you to your bath. I'm out. I'm gonna leave.
okay?
Yeah, go make your own
Zenesha.
room.
What would Zenesha's space look like for the night? Unless you're going to be exiting the tower.
No, she'll stay in the tower. She's going to remember her childhood home.
The small cottage, not quite on the top of a hill, more on the edge of the tree line. You're inside it. You're alone there, so I won't make you describe too much. But it is in as much detail as you can remember, because much of it is still locked away. But you can tell. And there's this double-edged sensation. Half nostalgic comfort and half dread that settles in. Arni, what does your room look like?
Mine is going to look like similar to the Hobbit hole from Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
But a lot more, instead of like fancy, like good housekeeping style decorations, it's a lot more hardy
Okay.
looking.
Okay. Any
Sculptures
special
and
amenities?
There's gonna be a great big hot tub, and not too deep, mind you. And a selection of various drinks, and a roast that is perpetually turning on an open fire.
If not only to serve as perfume. Getting drunk in the hot tub, like a dwarf would do. Your night of rest goes quite well. Basil, what about your space, if you're staying in the tower?
Yeah. He would remember his nights spending on the cliffs of Anchor Hall. And he would have like a campfire and a cot underneath the night sky of just this open view of the desert. Just a very peaceful, serene place.
There's a bit of a quirk when it comes to open views. there is occasionally just this slight shimmer that's like in this radius around you. It seems the magic at work here cannot generate some kind of infinite expanse. And you cannot, go travel some distance here. But it's seldom, and it's subtle. It's easy to look past it. And the cool desert air does kiss at your skin. It's nice. Sashem, after leaving Syranos alone, what is it yours would look like?
I am going to stand there and think of my favorite parts of the fancy hotels that we've already stayed in. As
Okay.
well as, so it's going to be like my favorite bed, and then, my favorite coloring, and then it's going to take actually Syranos's like bathtub area, and that whole thing is going to be in there too.
Okay. Kind of copy and pasting from everything you've experienced.
Yep. Hot water, not cold.
Yes, of course. And it is as you will it. No forge room?
Oh, not right now. That's for the morning after
Okay.
other things. Yeah.
Okay. Simple enough.
It's epic. Can I have that in real life? Yeah, I want that in real life. That's too hotty-toddy for Sashem, but totally for me. 110%.
That is, that's pretty gaudy. It'd be a great bed.
I just think it's like the perfect amount, like very elven, very, Anyway.
Drak, you step to the wall and will yourself to exit the tower. And you find yourself on the outside after walking through. Seeing at the end of the walkway, Darren stops at the gate and kind of turns to you.
Last, and then you can go. I'm sorry.
Of course. And truly must be the last, though.
You obviously know who I am.
I
My
do.
predicament. Do you, by chance, know the whereabouts of my staff, the Ruyi Jingle Bang? I feel it might play a part in me getting back to normal.
I imagine it does. Being separated from it is likely when this happened, is it not?
Right around then, yeah.
I unfortunately do not have any direct intelligence as to the whereabouts of Ruyi Jingabang, but I will seek for some information.
Thank you. I'm gonna go find a room then.
Very well. And he moves on, entering back into the tower, and when you turn around, at first, again, the door isn't there, but as you step up, it does form. Here on the outside of the tower, it takes that amount of time again, but it does come. Are you going to be going through the common area again, or just directly into a personal room?
Just go directly into a personal room.
Okay. What does it look like?
It's something similar to a jungle, but no real open space other than if you look up, you can probably see the starry sky. There's like a little oasis and 2 trees that has a hammock. Then he just jumps in and sits and jumps on a cabbage.
Of course, it's a cabbage. And it's odd because in these rooms, you can kind of just, and it's there. Just poof, right in the hand. Arni, what is it that you would like to do?
before retiring to bed, Arni's going to take out his bow and, with the wood carving tools that he acquired earlier in the day,
Okay.
is going to lightly engraven in Dwarvish a message that says, "Let this bow be your tool, Lord of Storm's cord. As you are my shield, let me be your sword."
Hey, go ahead and make a dexterity check with advantage. $20.
20.
Almost as if it is being penned on paper with a fine quill. The message is very clear on the wood. Now, this bow is of fine make. You know it can take magic. It should be able to. You don't know how long, but things like this can't hurt. And as you all lavish in your custom rooms, others dwelling on the past. That's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Real quick, I would like to imagine a connection to Drak's room, like through a window. Because I want to ask him if he needs to notify his monk friends that we're not staying there.
What happens is you can feel that there's a call being made. It's kind of what you can tell. And Drak, you do feel it. Someone is kind of like requesting access. Muted.
I'll let it come through.
Okay. A doorway does open. Kind of in an awkward place because the rest of your room, Syranos, isn't really made to have another door.
Yeah. Well, I'm kind of picturing like a small, like square door that I could just like open and talk through. That's
okay. Yeah, fair enough.
Oh. Drak?
Yeah.
Where?
It's way up in the sky.
Oh, okay. Do you need to let your monk friend know that we're staying somewhere else tonight?
Nah, it'll be okay.
Okay, just checking. Good night.
Night.
Click.
And that is where we'll end tonight's session.
I'm sorry about the crystal ball thing. I didn't think it was wrong. I just wanted to talk to it in case it was why Maria died. I didn't have anything else to do to help. And all I know right now is that my heart hurts. I haven't had anything fresh to be angry about, and I'm realizing that beneath all the anger is pain. And I'd rather be angry. Every fight that I have fought without you, I've lost. You and others have been commenting about how I'm not strong enough, and I know it now, and that hurts too. You said I'd get stronger with packs, so I'm trying. And I made a pact in Comorta to take out the White Skull and Ygandu, so I don't know why you or I didn't see Buddy or the things in Trostenwald coming. You pointed out things that I didn't know about before, like this weird hook agony thing and a Quintus. And why couldn't you tell me about Buddy? Anyway, my heart hurts and I don't really know what to do in general. I'm gonna do my best to get these chains tomorrow, and if you're not too mad at me about the crystal ball thing, I'd really like your help. I'm trying my best, and I hope you can help me be strong enough to take away the pain.